Hey Leo, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. Patience. We're starting off with temperance. This looks like some type of relationship right now is being figured out, like your relationship with something or someone else. And the way that I'm just seeing this immediately coming through is that in order to establish like that even flow or balance on both sides of something that will allow the relationship to be self-sustainable, you have to sort of like work things out to get to that point, and it feels like something along the lines of that is what's going on. So like before it can actually function, it's about like figuring out how to get it to that place. So it may be something that just like you need to work stuff out for it to be in a space of flow, but once you get to that point, then it's just going to be able to do what it needs to do, like that type of thing. Ooh, I was seeing Six of Wands wanting to come out. Success is assured. If you keep working on this, this will work. Spending time reflecting. Spending some time to yourself as well. Just thinking about some stuff. Maybe not ready to talk about it yet, but soon might be, soon will be. I'm seeing you not rush to have a conversation or not rush to make an announcement or not rush to sort of get this out there yet. It's like I want to take my time with this because I want to be like ready when I do show up. Feeling like I'm at my best because I've spent time preparing. Okay. It looks like you are going to be making an announcement or having a conversation, potentially indicating that you are looking for something more or looking for something deeper. So you can be letting somebody know, but you're not at that point yet where you're going to be like, I feel like I'm being called somewhere else right now, or that I'm supposed to be going that way, or this isn't really working for me any longer. Can be, or I'm feeling disconnected from this right now. Something along the lines of that. It feels like needing to be clear about this. Like if something is not working, to say that. I'm not saying you be ready to do it yet, but getting ready to do that, Leo. Having temperance is about taking your time. So even though you can be feeling something, you may not be in a space where you can totally articulate that yet. So spending time with temperance, and I'm hearing the Wanderer, spending time with temperance and the Hermit is going to give you what you need to then be able to articulate like what you really mean, so you make sure that it's going to like translate as closely as possible to what you're trying to say. Like right now you can be having a feeling like this isn't working, but maybe you feel like you have to say more than that when it comes to a point where you're gonna have to have a conversation about this or something along the lines of that, like reasons for why. So right now it can just be like an instinctive thing, but you could feel like I need to work this out so I can like understand where this is coming from, why I'm feeling this way. So even though it's not gonna like change how you're feeling, it feels like you're gonna be able to articulate how you're feeling. So take the time now to do that, to prepare. So when it comes time where this is going to come up into the conversation, you'll know what to say and you're not going to be like searching for your words because you will already have found them. Having King of Pentacles here, this can be something that has to do with the next steps in your life, the next steps within your career that you're going to be taking. It can be the next steps within within a job that you're going to be taking. It can be the next steps within a role that you're going to be taking on. Like, it doesn't have to be, this can be within your personal life. Like, I've been playing this role, I want to play this role now, or I'm preparing for this. It feels like the next steps of what you're going to be stepping into. But you have to be patient, because this is like a slow development that's happening. This isn't like, it feels more gradual than anything. So you have to be, you're going to be stepping into this new role that you're going to be playing, or what is it, like building upon the progress. Something that you're doing is going to be like advancing, it's going to be evolving, like that type of thing. But you have to be patient with this. So it's something where it's like, yes, you're going to get the role. At the same time, you need to allow the process to happen the way that it's supposed to, rather than rush things. Say something before you're ready to be saying something. Shift, move, leave, make a decision before you're ready to actually be doing that. It feels like things are falling into place, but do not rush the process. So if you feel like you're going against the grain, if you feel like you're going against the flow of things, where you're like, well, I wanted that to happen now, or I want like this to happen later, or whatever, try your best to move with the flow of things. So if it's not time to be bringing certain things up yet, don't bring it up. Prepare now, so when the time comes, you're going to be ready, and you will feel prepared, and then you're going to feel more confident because of it. But I do get like this nagging feeling here of like, this isn't working for me anymore, I don't want to be here anymore, or I'm definitely being called elsewhere. And this feels like self-development and potentially like career or role development that you'd be doing. Finances can be involved for some of you, or like education, that type of thing. Sag placements, Taurus placements, Virgo placements, any or some or all of the above I am seeing here within your chart. I get the vibe too of you wanting to like definitely be taken seriously here when it comes to what you're doing. It looks like what you're stepping into is going to be something where you can have more of a position of authority. Like, I'm even seeing people sort of come to you for guidance, something along the lines of that. This is what you want. There's a sense of reverence here that I see with what you're stepping into. That can definitely be a big part of this, and that can also be something that you're missing now. So whatever this is, where it's like, I want to be in a role where I'm teaching, or I want to be in a role where I'm giving guidance, or I want to be in a role where I'm answering people's questions, or I want to be in a role where there's like a reverence to it, something like that. I feel even like a sense of importance here. But it will feel aligned definitely for you to be in whatever. The importance can be something that also just comes along with it, even if that's not like what you're going for specifically. Some of you, it can be what you're going for. This can also be like, I want to be in whatever like role that I'm stepping into, whatever like area that's going to be within. I want to be seen at like the top of that, or I want to be seen as somebody important, like that type of thing is what this is seeming like. Also too, like having Taurus here, it's like you can, and I'm hearing stuff about Libra now, and also having Virgo here, this can be, I want to be seen as having like an eye for detail. I want to be the person that has the answers when other people come to me. Like that type of thing is what this is seeming like. But again, like you have to take your time with this, because this is something that's going to sort of develop in and of itself as you move through the journey. Because I feel this part of you right now where you could be like, I'm here and I want to be there, but it's like getting there depends on you doing the in-between, like from the transition from here to here. So you don't go from here to here without doing the transition part. So that's what I'm seeing your guides be like. It's not just going to be here and there. You're going to have to do the in between, like what takes you from here to there. Like that part being very, very important here, because that's going to allow things to develop in the way that you want them to. Because I am definitely seeing what you want, and what you want to step into. So this isn't just like I don't want to be here anymore, but I don't know where I want to go. I'm seeing you know where you want to go, but it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a transition. So it feels like spending time figuring some stuff out now. Then there's going to be like an announcement or a conversation or like an email, or you letting somebody know, a notification, something like that. Like you could be putting your 2 weeks in, that type of thing. So there's going to be a like, this is what's going to be happening, like a proclamation. Then the actual transition is going to be taking place, and then I'm seeing it be like working up the ladder to where you're going to be going. I get this energy again of wanting to be taken seriously. This is what you want in your heart, and you know that. I think too, with Temperance and the Queen of Cups, this is about you figuring that out, because there can be this feeling right now with whatever you're in where you're like, I'm not feeling like internally connected with this. And what that means is that you may be feeling unfulfilled. You may be feeling like what you're doing doesn't have a lot of joy in it for you, like those types of things. So this is about working with that part of yourself and being like coaxing it out and being like, what do you want? What do you need? Because it's not just about the external stuff, even though it's partly about the external stuff. It's also about like, if you have external stuff but you're still feeling empty inside, what's it going to matter to you? You know, it's still going to be tasting really empty, tasting lonely. So I'm seeing you work with this part of yourself and be like, what do you need? But I'm seeing there be multiple parts of yourself that you're working with. So it's like externally, what is my goal here? And also internally, what is my goal here? Like, how do I want to feel when I step into the position? Like, how is that going to fit? Like, what is that going to feel like when I'm sort of swimming in the vibe of whatever that is? And it does look like you're going to be leaving something. Some of you, I'm hearing corporate. This thing that you're leaving, it can be like a prestigious position or something that like looks nice, but you can feel like on the inside, you need to like cultivate that part of what you're doing too. And you're going to find that by stepping into something else. And that's the reason why you're going to be stepping into something else. Like making a commitment to that part of yourself where it's like, how I'm feeling about things is just as important as what I am doing. And you may need something that's going to feel like it's doing more for you emotionally, or it's doing more for you just like internally with your values of like, I want to do something that feels inspiring, or something that I'm in a good mood to show up to, you know? Not something that I feel like I'm forcing myself to show up here and like, yeah, on paper it looks good, but inside it's like you bite into it and it's just empty. So that's what I'm seeing the move be. Starting off with Temperance is like, you don't need to rush. You're not behind. You are right on track with this. So don't feel like you're starting too late, or you're behind, or you should have been there already. You're right where you're supposed to be. Keep reminding yourself of that. This is a journey. It's about the journey too. And you could feel like there are other bases that you've been covering within your life, and now there's another part of yourself that you're going to be integrating. And it's an internal part of yourself where it's like, that part of me needs to be happy too, or needs to be content too, or needs to feel like I'm listening to that too, and like meeting those needs too. And again, like it's going to be a process, it's going to be a journey, because you're figuring out, it's like, I'm seeing it be like you're doing this with yourself. But like a metaphor for this is like when you're connecting with a new person and you're figuring out their likes and their dislikes, and what makes them happy or what makes them feel safe or what makes them laugh. You know, it's like working with another part of yourself where you're figuring out those things. And this is the part of yourself that's in tune with like your moon and what you're feeling and what you're experiencing and like what the vibe is, like that type of thing. So that's what I'm seeing here. I am seeing that there's something, I'm seeing Ace of Cups here. There's a door that's opening that's going to be specifically for this part of yourself, where it's going to be like a new chapter for that part of yourself that is really coming into play here. But take your time. Do not do anything because you feel like you need to rush on it. It's more important to do things properly and do things aligned with the flow energetically rather than fighting against it, because it's just going to make it frustrating for you. Move with the flow of things. You'll know when it's time to do stuff because it'll be falling into place. Okay? All right, everybody, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.